Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Riding with Motion Weekly Challenge with Taylor, Bluemel, and I. So this is week 7, and as many of you guys know, every week Taylor and I pick a new challenge related to film, and then we show it to you, and you help us decide who you think won that week's challenge. So far, the challenges have been shooting with your phone, shooting at 50mm, reflections, audio, and this week, it's using your stabilizer. For those of you who don't know what a camera stabilizer is, a stabilizer is basically any type of device or mount that prevents any camera shake or unwanted camera movements, and it allows you to have silky smooth footage. Now imagine someone walking down the hallway. You're following them with your camera, and you're holding it out like this, and there's a little bit of movement to it from side to side and up and down as you take each step. Now you throw your camera on the stabilizer, and you mount it, and you hold it out, and it's going to be smooth, almost like the camera's floating in the air. That is what a stabilizer is. For stabilizers, I have a Zhiyun crane and Taylor has a glide cam. Now the biggest difference between the Zhiyun crane and the glide cam is that the Zhiyun crane is ran by batteries. It's electrically powered. The glide cam functions just by adjusting weights and balancing the camera in all different directions. That way when you hold the stabilizer in any direction, whether it's down, sideways, or up, it stays in that position. Now my Zhiyun crane has kind of the same thing where I adjust the weights to get where I want, but it's also powered by batteries. Now both stabilizers have very different movements and they both have pros and cons. So we're going to go ahead and check out Taylor's footage and then we'll take a look at mine. So going into this video, I knew that Taylor was going to go for a walk in the woods, but I'm not going to lie, if I lived in Oregon, I too would be out in the woods quite a bit. So I really like Taylor's opening shot because it gave you a lot of information, but it didn't tell you exactly everything there is to know about the video. But it leaves a lot of questions at the same time, which as a filmmaker, it's something you want to do with every opening shot you have in any video. From the shot, we gather a lot of information. Looking at this shot, we can see that the person tying their shoes must be a female by looking at the small hands and the pink shoes. And she appears to be holding a leash. Now she can be walking a dog, a cat even, but it also leaves us with a lot of questions. What kind of animal is she walking? Is she walking a dog, a cat? Is she a runner? Is she a jogger? Is she young, old? There's really two different ways to establish a location with an opening sequence. That's to have a wide shot revealing the landscape and the location, or a small detail inside that landscape or location that gives us more questions as to where are they exactly. I'm not gonna lie, the two shots that really got my attention were the shots of Taylor's dog. I also really like the tilt-up shot from the boardwalk to Libby and the dog walking. From my experience using the glide cam, that's a tricky shot because you have to make sure that the camera movement doesn't go side to side, it only goes from down to up, while making sure that the subject stays centered. Now that I've talked about what I like about the video, let's talk about what I didn't like. And this next critique is something that Taylor called me out on one of the previous episodes, and that's that every shot should have new information in it. There was 2 times Taylor used similar shots that I think could have been cut out. At the beginning, there's a slow little pan around the branch of an evergreen tree, and later on there's a very similar shot. Towards the end of the video, there's 2 back-to-back shots of Libby's face. And the second shot doesn't really give us any new information than the previous shot. So I think Taylor could have cut that one out. I don't know if he was just trying to get more time for his video, but I think the repeating shot of the evergreen tree and the repeating shot of Libby could both be cut. Another shot that I really liked was towards the end when Taylor came around the corner and was kind of swooping with the glide cam. That was a really cool camera movement, and it gave a really cool feeling as if you were chasing after Libby and the dog. So that wraps up another week of challenges, and if you guys have any ideas of what we should do for next week's challenge, let us know in the comments below. And I want to thank you guys for watching another episode of Writing with Motion.
Just something for your earbuds, make you say, oh. Just started, so I got to say, stay tuned.